What's up with you? This your girl Lala Madness News, and I'm tapping in with iambigfit. So, he just dropped his new release, Slow Up. So, we're going to chat about that a little bit, get a little bit of background, get to know him. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from,
All right.
kind of your industry stuff there.
Yeah, I'm from Eastover, South Carolina, right outside of Columbia, what they call the Metro down here. Um, I've been doing music for a minute. I mean, probably since like the late '90s. Um, got a couple of singles out. The new one that we're pushing, like Lala said, is Slow Up. I've done things from opening up for like Biggie Smalls, the Brat, Trina, Pastor Troy, Ludacris. Um, did all that type of stuff back in the day, man. Took a brief hiatus to raise a family. Got into my kids' dreams. So I had to put mine on the back burner. And now that my kids are doing their thing, I'm jumping back in the realm, man.
Okay, and you said because you pretty much already did your big one previously. Did
Mm-hmm.
you go by another artist name then, or were you always Big
Uh,
Feet?
my name then was Misfit.
Okay.
Yeah, so people will say, well, why change the name? What you do? I said, well, back in the day, I was trying to kind of still trying to figure out where I fit in. Hence the name Misfit. But now that I'm an adult, I've raised a family pretty much. I'm big fit. I understand who I am now. You know.
Oh, so you came from being a misfit to just a big fit then. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, you elevated,
for sure, for sure.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
that works. Okay, so you previously released music and Big Fit, I mean, and Misfit, and that's when you did all the run around with opening up for the Brat and all of that. How was that experience with some of the people that you named and being able to actually open up for those folks when some people never get that
Right.
opportunity?
It was cool. It was real good experience, man. That was when me and my peoples, was in a group together. Started out a group called the Underground Railroad. We started a label with some people that we knew called Street Side, as well as a group, and a lot of those acts that was able to open up for was with those guys, man. So I mean, it was a great experience, man. A lot of us learned a lot of things. Dealing with that, and then just having the experience of being on the same stage as those people, man, is awesome.
Okay, so you was part of a group as well. Tell us a little bit about your experience with being a group and how that actually started.
All right, so in at the end of my high school years, I had a homeboy named Jason Moore, rest in peace, Buddha man, and he pulled a few of us at the high school together at that time that was making like some noise. It was of course myself, um, guy named Fat Rat, him and Mookie, they were called the Devious Suspects, and there was these two dudes named the Twin Towers called named Caleb and Nature, rest in peace in Nature. Um, Pulled us all together. We started riding around, getting beats from people, freestyling, battling everybody everywhere. Did a couple big, like big talent shows in the area. And then from there we decided like we need to jump into some things. Had a couple of guys here in the city that wanted to manage us, so we took that route. Then as we got older, we wanted to kind of control things ourselves. So we bumped into a few other people. Charlie Waters, Noah 180 started a record label called Street Side. And with that, we actually put an album out. We was in the streets selling CDs out of the trunk. Um, like it just gave it we learned a lot of life lessons and a lot of things that go with the music game, man. Doing that type of stuff on your own.
So as far as coming from a group,
Uh huh.
and you kind of have other opinions, you had other input, you kind of got to learn and come from the grind, not just by yourself. So you was kind of, how was that?
It's just the way that everybody viewed everything, man. Learning about how everybody's not gonna see things the same way you see them, um, and then having to like mediate through that process to come to a common ground and get something done. to like
Right.
being a solo creator where I can just stew in my own thoughts and then let it bubble and then come out how I feel it should come out, you know. But at the same time, in being in that group, um, being in the group aspect, you know, it gave me certain things like if I see one person um, coming about in their creative process and how they go through it, and then see another
Mm-hmm.
person go through their creative process, you know, different styles of how you bring forth an example, how you bring forth one, and all that kind of like made me who I am right now, you know.
Right. So you got the benefits of seeing it from both ends,
Mm-hmm.
which
Right.
I'm sure was a bonus,
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah. The dudes I was rapping with, man, them boys some heavy hitters, man.
They was getting it.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Still, a couple of them still getting to it to this day, man. Shout out Master Splinter. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing his thing. So I mean, like the boys is heavy hitters, like especially back in the late '90s, early 2000s. Man, I put them dudes up against anybody.
Man, and that's the times, right? The
Yeah.
the 2000s, the late 90s, early
Mm-hmm.
2000s was definitely a different feel for music. How do you feel now coming from being able to have operated back then, right? Which is a
Uh-huh.
blessing to see the difference in kind of what's been going on the last couple of years.
Uh-huh.
And now with it kind of resurging and coming back as that type, the 99 and 2000s, I call it, era
Oh
of
yeah,
music.
yeah.
How do you feel with being able to kind of slide back in because it's kind of the same type of music is in now that you was doing in, right?
Man, I feel blessed, man. Like I feel like I can get busy at any point in time. I'm just a creative like that, and I kind of jumped back in like 2020. Back when the pandemic hit, I was able to just sit down and get in front of this computer and start creating. So I kind of felt like there was a space anyway. And then like this year, in the last year, this year, you see everybody from that era they starting to resurge, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy that I was getting this feeling to come back and do it, and then like a lot of the cast that's from around that era that was getting it in tough back then is now starting to pop back out. Like Ti got, I think Ti Juvenile, the boys got songs that's going crazy right now. I think I just seen Luda drop something. Um,
They all been in the studio for the last about 2 years
yeah.
planning for this right here. So it's a lot more that you'll see.
Right.
I said maybe 2 years ago, or with the Young Thug situation, was the set of the reset, right? That was
Okay.
the beginning of the reset to get ready
Yeah.
to reemerge the older artists who actually can sell albums out of trunks and build a
Mm-hmm.
fan base and know how to shake hands and do that
Right.
without depending on streams, because what is going to affect you now is being able to have a fan base that will invest in tickets and merch and those things as an artist, which is what you obviously are building up to do, what every artist's goal is.
Right.
So now you kind of fit right back into, because you have the experience of the
Right.
selling albums out of trunk era, and
Mm-hmm.
and now, right?
Right.
So
Right. I just like I said, I mean, I feel blessed, man. I feel blessed to be able to people to look at me like producers that want to give me beats, people that want to you know let me feature on stuff, uh, people that hear my music and be like, hey man, like from the young to the old, be like, hey man, yo, that's slapping there, man. Like I want to hear some more of that. Like what's going on? I mean, so it's all gravy to me, man, because I like to get in the studio and bang it out anyway. So and then